you try this one? It's just like the 50-50.
Action taken in closed session, there was nothing, just no decisions made,
Reconvene.
and reconvene for,
I'll move.
A second. 7:06.
all in favor?
Aye.
And there was no action taken in closed session. A recording of this meeting is being made and shall be kept for 30 days as public record. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. Ms. Finch, you lead us.
Ready?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. I am here. Adrian Rendon is here. Robert Vincelette is here. Justin Wright is here. Sunny Hepburn is here. And Leah Finch is here, student board member. Motion to approve the agenda?
I move.
I have a question.
Yes.
SKUSD coordinators, Teresa Singh and Teresa, Lefko, we should be at the West Park and not.
Which one?
What page?
Yes, it's on page 6.
You're supposed to be at West
Page 6.
Page.
And Teresa Singh, Teresa
Okay, and then fourth one, Tracy Wesco. West Park instead of Tropico.
Yes,
Hold
it's
on.
like West.
I move with corrections.
Second.
Motion by Hepburn, seconded by Wright. Any student board member? All in favor?
Aye.
Five ayes. Reports. RTA is not here. I'm gonna call him first too. CSDA.
All right, not on full lot, got 2 MOUs on the agenda tonight, was hoping to have 3, hopefully we can get that ratified, hopefully we can get that done in our next chapter meeting next week, to have it on the next board agenda. Other than that, continuing to have our monthly labor meeting with Superintendent James, which we have on today, which is always a pleasure, getting things done. Other than that, yeah, getting ready for tomorrow, for Graduates Conference, getting building Spain, campus Spain, and get over that, have a 4-day week and enjoy. I'll be working.
On Friday? Do you work on Friday?
Yes, I do.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh,
It's no school, it's no student days, there's a
Yeah.
Friday parent teacher conference, so the teachers automatically conflict the next day off, but not yours.
Really don't. Not possible there.
You'll get it off my head, okay, you got it.
Student board member.
We had our homecoming dance on Saturday, it went very well. Then we also have a drama improv show on the 29th at 7. And then we also have our spirit week next week. And then for Rare Earth, they're very excited to announce that we have another student graduate from alternative educations, making 3 from Rare Earth and 1 from Evangelism this school year. And then RES has a spirit week next week for Halloween, celebration on Friday. And then second grade students went to the Natural History Museum today, and then they had a net assembly for our students that it was very engaging for all the students. And then RES recognized over 50 students for Student of the Month. The next Student of the Month is November 4th. PTA movie night is November 7th. PTA held a Halloween dance last Friday and it was very well attended. And then ASB meets twice a month with Ms. Bourne. There are 6 faithful members who regularly attend. And then for TMS, they will celebrate Red Ribbon Week next week with different activities each day. The landscaping project is making great progress, and parent-teacher conferences are Thursday from 10 to 7. Basketball tryouts are this week. And then for West Park, PIQE started October 15th, and a tremendous support from our parents. PTA had a movie night on Friday, October 10th. And on October 25th, PTA will be hosting a trunk or treat at our RHS parking lot for RES in West Park. Parent-teacher conferences are October 23rd from 12 to 7, and the West Park band is going well, and students are excited about learning an instrument. Doug Fisher visited West Park on October 14th, and his observations are always so supportive. He was very impressed with the classrooms, and he was impressed with the pace of the lessons he observed. We will be participating in Ribbon Week, October 27th through the 31st. That's all.
Thank you. CBO report.
Alright, it's been a busy couple weeks, we have auditors out here currently, going over the year, for 24, 25, and starting this year, so always super fun. Construction continues at all the sites, on the board agenda is the, bid for the locker room project, that, pending board approval. We're looking at starting for the end of November. There is, let's see what else we got going on. There's MOUs on this agenda that have been a couple meetings, including months worth of back and forth to get settled with CSEA and ratify and all that fun stuff. Community school grant conferences in New York next week, so we'll have both district employees and board members from each site of the board attending that, as well as district office staff. And I think that is about it.
Thank you. Assistant Superintendent of Instruction and Curriculum, Dr. Mendez is absent. Does anybody have a report? Okay. Assistant Superintendent of Special Education and Pupil Personnel, Cheryl Payne.
Hello, everybody. In our department, we have been working on a lot of reports for the last week. So we submitted our part 2 of our SIM plan, which is our state report that we have to do. And I just got an email today that they not only received it, but that they've accepted it and approved it. So that was exciting.
That was my way of applauding the SIM plan.
Our Cyrus CalTAG's reporting and our Medi-Cal funding reports. That's it.
Thank you. Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Leanne.
Good evening, everyone. I don't have too much tonight, just that we're just constantly busy. That's it for me.
Superintendent report, Ms. Gaines.
That was quick. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here this evening, and I want to welcome all of our parents who are joining us from home. I want to remind all of our parents that parent conferences are tomorrow. Students will have a non-student day, but parent conferences begin at 12 noon till 4. Then the teachers break for lunch from 4 to 5, and conferences resume from 5 to 7. So hopefully all the parents will be able to find one of those timeframes accommodating for them to be able to sit down and have that conversation with their child's teacher. As Mr. Irving mentioned, we are about to kick off a groundbreaking with the new boys and girls locker room. I'm hoping it's not the end of November, Robert, I'm sorry.
before the end of November.
Okay, before, that's a good word, before. I'm hoping by mid-November at the latest, we're seeing some dirt fly over there. Jeremy, thank you. It was a pleasure to meet with you and Gary today. I always like to scare Jeremy a little bit, but I won't go into that right now. But I know that we will be heading into negotiations soon.
Yes.
That's always exciting and good to get it out of the way before the end of the school year, I think. So I'm looking forward to that as well. I believe that is all I have for this evening. Thank you.
Thank you. Board member communication, Robert. You
I was
were.
like, who is Robert?
Yeah, look around, see who's
Wait a minute. Okay. I have to pick on Aaliyah. The seniors got lucky at Powder Puff and won the game. Now, they played a pretty good game all the way around. What I'm most proud of is that we had Cadet Corps students refereeing the game, and they did an excellent job. And we did have a young lady who was the referee for that night. So she did an excellent job back there. Of course, I helped her a little bit, but we will talk about that. I didn't mess her up too bad. Did not get a chance to go, so you did. You didn't tell us about the football game Friday night. That was homecoming. I couldn't be there, so that's fine. I have to pick on you a little bit. But I have to admit, I saw your long run. Unfortunately, you got called back, but you did do a good job, so. So I'm glad there was a lot of folks I know came in from I know from that area. Sonny's knows a lot of them that celebrated their homecoming and their high school reunions. So hopefully they all had a good time. And I can't think of really too much more to say tonight. Football's almost over.
Senator.
Yes, that's me. Hi guys, thank you guys for being here. Man, I'm just like really tired today, but to kind of echo what Aaliyah said, West Park did have a movie night, and I feel like everybody loved it. Like they watched The Nightmare Before Christmas, and it was just like a good time for kids to bring, not kids, but the parents to bring the kids out to watch movies. They bought snacks, and it was a lot of fun. So look forward to that happening again, Mr. Holmes. Like you said, the trunk or treat at the high school, that's going to be happening. That's exciting. What else is happening, guys? I don't know. I'm in the slump right now, but I don't know. I'm really looking forward to discussing a couple of things that are on the agenda this evening, and I will leave it at that.
So just to piggyback on what Mrs. Gaines said, please parents try to make your way out to parent-teacher conferences tomorrow. For those of you that have students in the upper grades, if you don't want to meet with all of the teachers, at least try a couple English, math, history, sport classes is better than nothing. So please make your way out there. It's not just a long vacation. Their teachers are still working, so please try to attend. That's pretty much it.
And let's
Make smart choices.
Thank you for being with you that are here and if anyone's on YouTube today. Other than that, looking forward to discussing some items that are on the agenda today for our high schools, and our future graduates. That's it. Have a good weekend.
Thank you, everybody, for coming and watching us on your computer. So, looking forward to the negotiations. And we have just a ton of projects going on. With that, I will, subcommittee communication, does anybody have anything?
No.
Okay. Comments from the public?
none.
Consent items, A through L, does anybody have any questions?
I don't, make a motion to accept.
Second.
Motion by Vince Lynn, seconded by Ray. Any student board member suggestions, anything? All in favor?
Aye.
Five ayes. Consideration and possible action on adopting resolution 252601. Intent to institute by trustee area for elections. Ms. Gaines.
Yes, board, I'm just going to, read, a little bit of this, resolution. As you all are very much aware of it, you will note that in your packet, you have the election results from last November 5, I believe, was the election day. So if you need to refer to those, you can look up to see the election results on the two people who were up for re-election, and also Mr. Wright being elected for the first time. So what has happened is, on or about July 11th of 2025, the district received a letter from Robert Goodman contending that the district's at-large electoral system violates the California Voting Rights Act, CVRA, and threatening litigation if the district declined to adopt a by-trustee area election system. And the Goodman letter was not accompanied by any evidence to support the claim of a violation. The Board of Trustees believes that despite the foregoing, the public interest would be served by avoiding the expense, because obviously there's always, when this happens, there's a threat of litigation which could cost the district an unknown amount of money. The Board of Trustees believes that despite the foregoing, the public interest would be served by avoiding the expense of the threatened litigation by declaring its intent to institute by trustee area elections. It is considered the view of the Board of Trustees that the public interest may also be well served by election of its governing board members in by trustee area elections. In other words, elections in which one or more members residing in each trustee area elected by the registered voters of that particular trustee area. CVRA litigation is very costly to defend and would be a significant drain on other district resources. The district does not wish to risk costly litigation. So this board has decided to, let me read on, it's kind of to help you understand. It is the intent of the Board of Trustees that the change to single-member trustee areas be implemented for the earliest possible election consistent with Ed Code Section 5020A2, and the adoption by trustee area elections will not affect the terms of any sitting trustee, each of whom will serve out his or her current term. So this is the process that the board is pursuing to avoid potential litigation. This was all brought to the lawyer by one resident of Rosemont. We don't know much about it at this point in time. I'm not gonna really pursue that, go into that. But, and the amount of money that could be the final cost, paying lawyer fees, et cetera, we also don't know. I've heard everything from hundreds of thousands of dollars into seven figures. So this board is, this evening, sir, I would like this board to call for individual votes on this, sir, that this board will pursue individual trustee voting areas.
Okay. You wanna call for the votes? Ben?
No. You do, okay. Mario Gutierrez,
I hate to vote yes. I think it hurts our town and the ability to have all residents speak like they should. I think it's not right to cut us all up. I won't vote yes only because of the money that it's gonna cost not to do it. I want the public to know that it's wrong and that they're gonna cause more issues than they're gonna try to save. It is hard enough to get people to run for a board and be effective. And it's just gonna cause more issues. So I'm still gonna vote yes, because we have to for the amount of money it's gonna cost us. But in my heart, personally, I think it's wrong. So, yes.
Robert Vincelat,
I am going to echo Mr. Gutierrez's comments and add, we're here to educate students, and I can't see taking money away from that by trying to fight something that probably we would not win anyways. Some of the things that I've heard, the reasons why for doing that, but the diversity of this town is this is one of the most diversified town that I have ever been associated with. I mean, it doesn't matter who's it, everybody knows everybody, everybody's friends with everybody, most everybody. And that, you know, that's what should be going on. But I have to agree with Mario. I do not want to take money away from the school district and especially the education of our children. I unfortunately have to vote yes.
Sunny Hepburn,
Wow, so much pressure. I'm in agreement with them as well. Like, it's ridiculous. If we were to fight and win, then we're still open to be sued again and again and again. So that's why I'm voting yes.
Adrian Redden,
I agree with my fellow board members, that this is an unfortunate situation. I, of course, would like to fight, but I know that would cost, possibly cost a substantial amount of money. So I have to vote yes, unfortunately.
Justin Wright,
Yeah, it's just a money grab, basically, that's all it is. To to do this is still gonna cost the district thousands of dollars to, even implement, the territorial, and it sucks, but it's gonna be the cheaper version, I guess, according to, our legal team that have talked to us and advised people. With that information and knowing, I would vote yes.
Board members, I just want to, let the public know that the board, I think, I wish it could be explained to you more in depth, but the board is making a very wise decision of all the different, means of districting this evening, because the 5 different territories is the only means of districting that someone cannot turn around. If, let's say they decided to divide the Roseman community into 2 districts. Right after they paid and settled for that, someone else could come in, another lawyer, who maybe has someone who says, well, I don't like the way the 2 districts are, and we don't have enough. I'm gonna make this up, so let me make that clear. We don't have enough opportunities for Hispanic to be elected, or we don't have enough opportunities for a Caucasian to be elected. The 5 districts is the only means of districting that eliminates Southern Current Unified School District from the possibility of someone turning around 10 weeks, 10 days later and suing again. It could be a vicious cycle. So I applaud this board. It was not an easy decision. They've been thinking about this. We've been working on this. They went to legal about this, and this was the advice of legal counsel as the best way to prevent someone, as Mr. Wright said, I see it also as a money grab. Not that it matters, it happened at Antelope Valley Community College as well. So we're doing it in different districts, but I applaud them for making this decision, because this was not an easy decision to make.
Okay.
Accept the motion to adopt.
I'll make that motion.
Vincent,
Second,
second by Brendan.
Hepburn.
Hepburn, sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, approve of memorandum of understanding, MOU, between California School Employees Association and the Southern Current Unified School District, creation of new classified bargaining unit position. Mr.
All right, this is an MOU with the CSA to create 2 new positions, a expanded learning coordinator and expanded learning instructors. Over the last few years, the state has pushed more and more funding towards expanded learning, and one of the requirements for that is that for grades TK through 6, that there be before and or after school enrichments and tied together with schools so that students have the opportunity for at least 9 hours of education a day. As well as 30 non-school days. So, last year we did stuff during summer school. After summer school is over, did some enrichments and did some stuff on Saturdays to fulfill that requirement. This would formalize positions to go with the expanded learning to guarantee that there's staff that is dedicated to it. As part of this, it would roll ACES and our current enrichments and academies kind of all under the same umbrella, so that it's a little bit more unified and a little bit siloed off from one another.
So you said that was for a ELP coordinator and instructors?
Yes, yeah.
I move to accept.
Second.
Hepburn and Wright. All in favor?
Aye.
Approved memorandum of understanding between California School Employees Association and the Southern Current Unified School District, effective of the new Centegics badging system. Mr. Irving.
All right. So I'll go back in the way back, okay, on September 22nd, the board approved the board policy requiring staff to wear both their IDs as well as a security badge. Centegics is the security badge. So this MOU is to outline some areas of concern CSEA had with the Centegic system, discipline around inadvertent bag presses, things like that, that kind of, set what are the guardrails around this so that we're rolling out something new to make sure that we're all on the same page of how it's being used, what constitutes inadvertent action versus okay, now you're just being malicious about it. Is that more or less? Yeah. Okay. Making sure we're still on the same page. Okay.
Motion by Vincent Litt,
Second.
second by Wright. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
5 ayes. Student board member? Yes. You need to give me the.
Give you a thumbs up.
Yep. Consideration and approval of cap gowns and tassel purchases. Mrs. Gates.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna guess, I don't have the exact date, but probably a couple of weeks or so ago, I received 5 letters from community members, informing us that if, as a school district, if we are going to require that our students who walk in the procession for graduation wear cap and gown, that the ed code says we should supply that cap and gown to them. This is not a practice that Southern Current has done in the recent past that I'm aware of. I don't know how far anybody wants to go back, but anyway, so once we became aware of this, I immediately reached out to Miss Cindy over at the high school and also Mr. Bajnow, met with them in my office to ask them where we are. We're in the process of ordering caps and gowns, and I was informed. I also spoke to a gentleman at Jostens that as of the other day, we had 95 parents in Southern Kern at Roseman High who had already purchased the cap and gown, and some of them spent as much as $300 some according to the gentleman at Jostens, because there are other items they can order. Years ago, there was another company that was used by Southern Kern, and the graduation attire primarily was cap, gown, and tassel. Then it was not Jostens. Then prior to this other company, we had cap, gown, and tassel. Then when they changed to another company other than Jostens, this other company put in a stole and a medallion, which increased the price now to $70.35 per graduating senior. The one thing that we do get, so Jostens, when they came back on board, this was the practice of Roseman High, so they kept in with what the Roseman High had been doing. We also, with using Jostens, I want you to know, Jostens gives us the tickets for the graduation, which if you were to estimate the cost of those tickets, it could be as much as, they print the tickets as much as $1,000. Jostens will be coming back out. They had calendared to return back to Roseman High, I believe it was November 21st for the second day that students could be fitted, et cetera. And Mr. Small, correct me if I'm wrong, for the cap and gown and tassel, et cetera, for graduation. So in trying to provide information for the board in making their decision, we have discussed this a little bit. I went to Jostens and I said, what would be the cost if we purchased a cap, a gown, and just a tassel for graduation, keeping the same quality that graduates prior have had. Of course, the medallion and the stole would not be part of this package. The cost would be, as stated there, with tax, $43.29. I asked Dave at Jostens, would you be willing, if we were to pay, you were to pay for the entire graduating cost, would there be a discount? And he said no, but he would continue giving us the tickets this year and next year. That would be something that we would discuss. So I trying to figure out how to put this on the board agenda as an action item for you. We were aware Robert found some cheaper caps and gowns, if you will. Jostens does not rent, because caps, there would be an issue there. And then sometimes they've seen even the gowns come back, because I asked initially, also trying to give you guys choice to make your decision. What would happen if I bought all the caps and rented the gowns from you? He said, well, we don't rent gowns. He said, and the reason is because years ago, they did it, and even the gowns came back like not in really good shape. So then as a district, we would have to dry clean the gowns. So then that cost of dry cleaning, et cetera, would be an issue. So basically, board, I've given you 3 alternatives this evening to purchase cap, gown, tassel with stoles and custom medallion for $70.35 per student. And please keep in mind, this will not just apply to Roseman High Early College campus. We must be equitable. This would apply to Rare Earth and Abraham Lincoln High School graduates as well. Or you can purchase cap, gown, and tassel for $43.20, Mr. President.
So like, when I was looking this over the other day, I just started, crunching numbers, because I feel like, I'm not sure how many graduates we had last year, but I just estimated like 200, but now, it's not now we have to be equitable, we always have to be equitable, but I wasn't thinking about, Rare Earth, and how many students did you say graduated last year, or might graduate this year?
The block,
Yeah,
we probably had, I wanna say 30.
30, okay, so that's,
Between Abraham Lincoln and
they graduate together, yes. Okay, and then you probably don't know how many people graduated from the high school last year. Like 200, that's what I estimated, 200. It's just counting the 200 students at the $43.29 with the tax, it comes out to $8,658 plus or minus 30 additional students, so that gives you $1,200.
About 90,
Right, so, Robert, do we have that somewhere in our budget to be able to provide the students with cap, gown, and tassel every year moving forward?
And I think that is the thing that the board needs to keep in mind, and Robert, you as well, when you're estimating that. This should not be, once we start this, it will become common practice.
Yeah, my suggestion, Rare Earth, the district has been buying those gowns, right? Practice for.
Okay.
And frankly, I don't know off the top of Robin, or,
They don't use Jostens.
I know they don't use Johnson's, but, alternatively, have there been any quality concerns though? Okay, we're not using Johnson's, is anybody, you know?
I didn't notice any quality concerns last year. And we do have a lot already, we just have to order the sizes we don't have. We do have stock left from last year, so I don't know. Cause they don't order our, if the time has they finish, they get it just in the size we have it.
Cause yeah, I mean, you know, they're, you know, cost consideration, but also, you know, okay, yeah, so.
Ours got a little cheaper, not much, 40.
So that's not with the stole or anything, okay?
No, it's just half down tax.
Okay, so it's almost the same price as Johnson's.
Yeah, I would say Johnston,
Johnson's we have a 44.
I'm just trying to think of quality difference. My daughter's with Johnston. I think it's similar quality. I don't see a real huge discrepancy in between.
Okay, it's, you know, cause doing research on Captain John's, it's a lot of, how many are you buying at one time, and that will dramatically reduce the price from, you know, $40 down to $35, down to $30, down to, you know, $23, like, you know, and if we're doing, you know, an entire, that's what we're at the high of 200 plus, it's ballpark-ish could be as low as, you know, $25 a set for another company, but, you know, there become questions on what is, you know, yes, it was cheaper, but, you know, was the quality there, or did it, you know, so there's, you know.
But I also don't know if the companies we go through have stuff like, class rings or all that other stuff that the kids might wanna buy separate, and if you don't order the cap and down from there, I don't know if Jostens would sell that other stuff, so
They
it's
do.
cheaper.
Yeah,
I'm sure they'll sell it.
they'll still sell items, so
Mhm.
I personally would like to see like the districts buy the cap gown, tassel, and then also from Johnston's, where we just remove that price, and then the parents could choose if they wanted to buy a stole, or if they wanted to buy medallions or extra items from them. But Justin's has been good to us in the past by providing $1,000 worth of tickets, and that just go a long way. Hopefully we can retain that with them by maybe driving the traffic to them. If we need to go to a contract or something like that, I don't know, but I say we purchase cap down tassel for the
43, 29.
I think that the one thing that, I don't know how picky everybody is going to be about this, but the minute we say parent, obviously we can't control, parent, you can buy the stole and the medallion, some will. Now we've got a difference in how our graduates look. Is that a concern to anybody?
You already have.
And they always have the big old lays on anyway, they don't have their money lays on.
Yeah, but I mean basic
Yeah.
cap and gown.
And some students have different stoles they wear, so you already have a difference because avid kids and then all full years will have an avid stole. And so you do have that already, and kids who are valedictorians get valedictorian medals, so there's a difference. So they do already have a difference in how they look anyway.
Yeah, but I'm saying that if it's not going to be purchased, that's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, and I mean, like other people have said, there is already a difference to where everyone has a stole of some sort, but I think that we could get away with not having a stole on everyone if they choose not to.
It's a
Because, I mean, that's a personal choice. I think that this meets the requirement of providing each student with what is required, so that way everyone at least looks mostly uniform, and still, it's like the cost of what, 10 grand a year probably for the next forever, so.
Well, now to buy them in bulk, if ever since.
Well, even Johnson's doesn't give a bulk discount.
Right, but he was saying, what it sounds like
We
I'm
can order at least this year.
exactly.
I would say let's stay with Jostens
Yep.
and just do the 43.29, and then we can negotiate next year with them or another vendor.
Right, so then anyone that's already paid, well, in a sense, Johnston's will be required to fund those parents the $43.29, and then they can keep everything else, we'll still drive all the traffic over to Johnston's, to at least place the order for their sizes, and then if they wanna order additional items.
Yeah, and I think we need to make it very, very clear, board, that we, Southern Current, will not be reimbursing any of that money. We didn't receive any of that money, and that is gonna have to be, and the gentleman from Johnston's was like, not looking forward to that, because as I mentioned, he has parents out of that 95 who've spent hundreds.
Well, that's why
So-
they've still spent the hundreds, and then we're just
Yeah.
gonna drive all the traffic through them, so.
All they're gonna do is get back the 43.29.
So, I'm not
Because
gonna,
one way,
$2.29.
one way or another, they're not losing that 43.29.
So originally it was just supposed to be the cap and gown, according to the 5,
But you wanna-
I thought the tassel comes with them.
The tassel's attached, right?
Yeah.
No,
Or has the dime
I
usually.
don't
It
know.
has a little number on there, I used to hang that from my rear.
so the
Yeah,
tassel,
that
yeah.
I did for mine, that's when I was in high school.
And so there, it's not just one basic tassel, there's like a
And then there's also-
yeah, that you can purchase.
You can purchase different ones already, at an additional cost, and that's up to the parent or student or however.
And even if they
I think
purchase
you
one,
heard me.
it still comes with the general.
Well, I already paid for mine.
Okay, well, you're
When-
43.29 back possibly.
But on
They didn't
the
pay for it.
website, I wanna say, on the website, they did not give us the option for just cap, gown, and tassel. Cause I would have rather done that rather than get stole with it.
because, and then she's absolutely right, because here again, you have 95 parents who have purchased already cap, gown, tassel, stole, and medallion. So those parents will have to be refunded $70.35, because we're not requiring stoles or medallions. We're not purchasing stoles or
So
medallions.
basically, everyone
If
that's
that's
placed
what you
an
decide.
order, for those items, I guess, will have to just go back on and adjust their orders maybe.
Well, Johnston's has to give them a
That's,
refund.
Johnston's has to
That's
work,
not
the
us.
gentleman said it, yeah, it'll take some work, but they will obviously have to do it. And we would pay, pretty much one purchase order for whatever number we need
Yeah,
for
because
the high school.
I feel like if we were to do rentals and everything else, and the upkeep and having to wash and just load and get back, and then students want to be able to decorate their caps, or if they did decorate, then we have to, it seems like way too much. I think 10 grand, I would hope that we'd be able to afford it one way or another. Every year.
And board members, there's always the stand the risk, you'll see how this plays out. As I mentioned, I heard from 5 parents. We could hear from more parents that are not in favor of this. So we will see how that plays out.
Because I think parents like to make purchases of whatever it is for their student. I didn't know, when my boys graduated, I spent ridiculous amounts of money because it happened one time. I didn't expect anything from the school. I knew going into their senior year, it was gonna be very costly. And so we gave them everything more. Obviously, some people are more fortunate than others. But I understand that, sometimes things are difficult. And so that is why I'm okay with doing the cap and gown. I think the tassel is something extra.
It's not extra, but
It's included.
No,
every hat comes with a tassel.
It comes with the.
Yeah, for the $40, the tassel is included.
Okay.
A plain one, not a fancy one.
Not the
Right,
fancy, so it just
even-
has a year, right?
Has a year and a
It's
color.
and- yeah.
Two colors?
There's so
Oh,
many.
you can-
Yeah,
Yeah, there's
or
a label.
the number,
All the colors?
or the letters.
I'm kidding.
I bet you diamond.
I'm for going with the purchase of the cap, gown, and tassel. the $39.99 plus tax at the $43.29. I would like to move forward with that, if you guys are on board with that option.
Second.
Motion by Hepburn, seconded by Wright, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Mr. Aaron, yes, who makes this happen?
I was busy.
Well, all right.
Well, they're contemplating.
He's going, where the heck we get this money now?
Yeah. It's kind of notable, you know.
Yeah.
I hope they watch it. Yeah, they would.
Okay, public hearing, comments of the Sunshine proposal deadline dated, October 17th, 2025, to the California School Employees Association, SKUSD.
Yes, board members, it is on page 102 of your packet, is the district sunshine proposal to CSEA. And we are, opening with Article 3 salaries, Article 4 health and welfare programs, and Article 8 vacancies and transfers. The district reserves the right to reopen one additional article with proposer notice. So that's our proposal there. You've already seen CSEA's proposal.
Right. Actually, we've got to go into,
Yeah, move it
those
over.
are, recess our meeting at
7:58.
7:58. I need a second.
Second. You want?
Nope.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any public comment?
Okay, does anybody have any questions from the public?
Okay.
Going once,
Going twice.
going twice,
Move to go back to close. I mean, go back to.
go back to our regular meeting.
Second.
You're closing it at 7:58.
Is it still 7:58?
Yeah, nobody.
Motion by Vincent Lett, seconded by who?
Right.
Right? All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of award of contract to Medallion. Oh, man.
Contract.
I know, but I'm not reading it. It's just kind of. Contracting Inc. for the locker room building in addition to Roseman Other College campus, Southern Kern Unified School District, preliminary project number 3140 in the amount of $1,626,136. On Tuesday, October 14th, 2025, bids were opened for the locker room building addition at Roseman High School Early College campus, Southern Kern Unified School District, Moody Project 3140. Two general contractors attended the mandatory job walk. Both submitted sealed bids. The Uniform Public Construction Cost Accounting Act adopted in September 16th, 2008. Can I read the resolution?
No.
Thank you. Provided that the alternative method of public agency to obtain bids and perform public projects for projects of more than 200,000, formal bids procedure will be followed. If no bids are received, the district may negotiate a contract or use their own workforce. The approval or awarding of the contract and use of own workforce Force account?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means instead of using a contractor, we use our own employees and.
We're gonna teach you build the building.
Well, I know, but I'm just, why force account?
Force account.
It just means we're using our own workforce.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't say that.
It's still subject to approval by the board. Anybody have any questions?
Let's give it to Mr. Irvin.
What's that?
Mr. Irving.
Mr. Irving.
Alright, so we had 4 contractors come out and walk the job. 2 of them showed up to submit bids. Diane was a little lower of the 2 by about $70,000, so fairly close, but yeah. Medallion has done work at TMS, RES, they're currently at West Park, they did the cafeteria at the high school. So. Yeah, that's, I'm not able to work, I believe.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by Wright, second by Vincelette. Student board member? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Approve resolution 252605, teaching outside of the credential in accordance with Ed Code 44263. Teacher Janessa Bowlenthal. Ms. Hargis.
Okay, so what this is, so teachers that teach TK through 6th grade have a multiple subject teaching credential, which means that when they receive their credential, they get taken a broad course of study versus 7th grade through 12th grade where they get single subject where they're very specific. They have an art credential, they have an English credential, PE, whatever it happens to be. So this, what we're asking is, Ms. Wogenthaler teaches art as an elective. And so she has a multiple subject teaching credential, but she has some additional units in art. So, by approving the resolution, we are saying that it is appropriate, for her to be teaching 1 period of art, to 6th grade students.
So outside of the art, she's teaching regular stuff, like English, math, all the other things.
Yeah, she just teaches one period of art, but, it's called a local assignment option, because really, if we have teachers that are teaching outside of their credential area and we don't have, this local assignment option approved, then we get what's called a misassignment.
I'll think to approve.
Okay.
Second.
Motion by Vincelette, seconded by Wright. All in favor?
Aye.
5 ayes. Approve the following list of personnel.
Yeah, this is.
Ms. Hargis.
All right.
With the corrections.
Yes, so I ask you to approve them as written with the corrections.
Motion.
Motion by Wright.
Second.
Second, Brendan,
No,
second.
Brendan.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Brendan. All in favor?
Aye.
5 ayes.
I motion to adjourn.
I was second that, yeah.
I knew that was coming.
Motion by Wright.
Oh, Alma. 8:05.
I think we all said aye.
Did we all do that?
Aye.
Aye.